What's packing, party people? Welcome back to the show. This is the What's Packing Sports Show Extravaganza, and I am your host, Godchild, first of his name. Today, we're going to be breaking down the 5 things: who, what, when, where, and why the Green Bay Packers defeated the lowly Lions of Detroit to the tune of 35-17. The Green Bay Packers put a spanking on the little brothers in the NFC North. And here are the 5 takeaways, the 5 things, the 5 major reasons that played into the Green Bay Packers winning this game. And the first thing is always who stood out. And I like to pick somebody in offense and defense. And so this time around, I am going to select none other than the rookie Eric Stokes for defense. Now, you can always pick Jair for this category, but I'm going to go a little bit different here. Everything changed for this defense once Kevin King was taken out and Eric Stokes was brought in. I mean, it almost seemed like night and day. He didn't give up a single point in the second half. And the one standout for offense, I think it's pretty obvious: Aaron Jones. Okay, this dude to me is one of the most underrated players in the NFL. I think he's a top 5 back, and I actually put him number 4 in front of Cooks and McCaffrey. I think it's Henry, Kamara, Chubb, then Aaron Jones. Yes, I think the dude is that special. 4 touchdowns, 3 passing, 1 rushing. I mean, he was just out of his mind, and he definitely stood out. And I think moving forward, that's really where the focus of this team should be. Okay, next thing we have is what was my biggest takeaway, and that's really a segue from the last topic, which was who stood out, Aaron Jones, because my biggest takeaway is, or one of my biggest takeaways is, Aaron Jones, not Aaron Rodgers, should be the focal point of this offense. Look, when the Packers were running the ball and passing the ball equally on the same drive, they were efficient. They scored points. When they prioritized passing the ball over running, they stall. And if you look back on Aaron Rodgers' most successful games in this system, some of them came, or rather I should say not Aaron Rodgers, but the team's most efficient, successful outputs offensively came when Lazard and Adams were out, and it was all on the running game and all on Aaron Jones. And I think he can definitely handle it. I think he can handle the workload. He's been able to stay healthy, knock on wood, as of late. I mean, and I think the dude is just, he's underrated as far as like his size and his ability to run in between the tackles. He ran in between the tackles for some hard fought yards against the Lions. It wasn't just stretch plays. Actually, it wasn't that many stretch plays. It was a lot of inside the tackle stuff. So, I love to see Aaron Jones getting involved. I mean, I want to see Dillon get more involved. I think, honestly, they should be shooting for like 35-plus rushes a game, honestly. And then sprinkling maybe 20, 25 passes by Aaron Rodgers, some really efficient passes that could probably still go for over 300 yards and 2-3 touchdowns in his own right. One of my biggest takeaways, let's just say, from the defensive side of the ball was that Kevin King is not the answer at the CB2, and I believe that the rookie Eric Stokes should be starting, next week. All right. When was the turnaround, like the momentum switcher? And I say it was in the third quarter when Eric Stokes, the rookie, got that pass breakup on 4th and 1. And I only wrote down one of them, but I thought he had 2 PBUs on 4th downs. One was like 4th and 1, the other in a short play, which was this one, and then there was another one which was like 4th and 3, like in a longer play, like an end zone, and he broke it up. But regardless, this play was allowed the Packers, who were down at the time, well, they weren't down, but they were only up at the time by 4 points, 21-17. So he got the PBU, pass breakup, gives it back to Aaron Rodgers, and they go down, and they score, making it 28-17, kind of putting things a little bit more out of reach. So to me, that was a huge momentum switch, huge momentum swing, and I think that's kind of like, you know, when the turning point was, you know, after they got that stop and then getting that getting that touchdown. Where on a scale of 1 to 10 would I place this game? And I started doing this thing like Kevin Samuels, the Godfather. You know, if you guys don't know who he is, check him out on YouTube. But I started doing this thing like Kevin Samuels, where it's like I don't do 7. You know, there's no 7s. So I have to choose a 6 or an 8, and I'm gonna go with a 6.9 for this game because look, even though they came out rough at first and it didn't look like it was gonna be good outing for the defense. They gave up 17 points. But they came out with some adjustments or whatever it was, just maybe different players, certain positions, and everything changed. They didn't give up a single point. Now, there were definitely some moments where the Lions had opportunities, but for the most part, you know, it's like they did their job. The Packers did, defense, and, so I commend them for that. But at the same time, it's like you did also give up the 70 points in the beginning of the game, so in the first half. So, you know, you do have to kind of be penalized or, you know, chastised a little bit for that. And, I mean, like I said, I mean, defensively, they had some holes, but they kind of really, they have some things that need to be improved. But at the same time, they played, you know, decent. And there was some, you know, I wanted to see them get a more pass rush consistently. But, you know, overall, they won, and they won by double-digit victories. This was a convincing victory, a decisive victory, I should say. And it's like, you know, division opponent, you can't really ask for more than that. So it's like, you know, you got those 5 things, okay, covered with the 6.9. The last one being why ultimately they won, and I'm going to say they won because Aaron Jones is a special player, man. And the defense stepped up when it needed with a couple of big sacks and a turnover. But, I mean, really it was more so to me, this was all about the running game. They established the run, they controlled the clock, they controlled the narrative, and they walked out of there with a W, okay? So, that's the wrap-up of the 5 things. Who, what, when, where, and why the Green Bay Packers won against the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football. Let me know what you guys think in the comment below. Chat down there. What are your 5 things? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Thumbs up if you like this. Thumbs down if you think I'm crazy. And then also, you know, give me a piece of your mind in the chat as well. Comment section, I should say. Only other thing left to do is subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I would really appreciate you subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. I drop videos late at night because I'm kind of an insomniac. And, you know, until the next show, go Pack, go. And remember, the Bears still suck.